I had the van, right? So the minute I was able to save like $2,000, I want y'all to see how they hit me with the financial war. First thing happened, boom, my car water pump start giving out, right? Again. So I started shopping for mechanics, right? I found a cheap one, and this mechanic was in my driving distance range, in Alabama. um they were they were the cheapest. I called like two of them in Alabama, right? So it's like when you get a car, they automatically they automatically have the mechanics because they follow you everywhere you go. So they know you're gonna need a mechanic. So they already go to the mechanic for like your parts, and then they already have the set price they're gonna charge you. Now I had a '08, the car like 20 something years old, 20 years old, right? Uh, they tried to charge me 580. I got to fix the water pump. One of them tried to charge me what it was, 590, 720. You know what I'm saying? So I found one that'll do it for 300. So I was like, okay, that's a good deal. So she's like, yeah, just come on down Wednesday. So I was like, all right. So I went down to the ahead of time in the area where I normally be, since there was like, um in that, how you call it, in that area. So I immediately start hanging out there. I make the appointment, right? So now they didn't have to like do what they did in order to get the van. I would have got this car that I'm in anyway. So this is a new car. You're looking at like all my stuff and shit here, and I got like 1,000 crackers on me again, ready to search, all kind of shit. I'm gonna tell you the whole story. So from there, well, let me give you the whole story so you understand. Okay, so once I got back, I didn't really have anything to my name. Once I got back from traveling the world, the crackers got jealous, so they took it out. They took it to punish me for leaving or whatever, right? So they started coming up with all these games. So I was able to save some money. So I bought the van for 1,700 from a cool dude. He sold me the van. He used to do mobile detailing or whatever, and it was running nice, man. It was running nice. It was for the car to be 20 years old and have 300 plus miles on it. That motherfucker was still running and still running. So I get the little engine cleaner shit from the Dollar Tree. So I'm gonna show you how sleek you'll think that it was the Dollar Tree cleaner and not them. So I put the Dollar Tree, the engine cleaner that cleans your fuel injector, clean and all that shit. I put it inside the car. Now see, they took advantage of that. Like, okay, we got his ass now. So that was basically my step, because if to know it was them who did it, I'm supposed to think it was Dollar Tree cleaner. I had to use that. Do they know? I ain't never had problems out of it. So they ended up. I was getting all kind of problems with it, but it was stable. So I took it for a trip to Tallahassee. It was running good locally, no problems, at all. So I took it for a trip to look. They got a police right here. This bitch dying to get behind. Oh, they frozen now. I guess they telling her, nah, he on live. Yeah. They telling her, nah, he on live. Don't do it. Chill. Yeah, all these like agents in back of me right now. I don't know if y'all can see them, but y'all should be able to see them. They cruising through. Anyway, so FBI agents and shit, or whoever they are, right? So now I go to. That's when I was on Empire. See, Empire started off. They started off the robbery, and everybody else just carrying acting along with it. So Empire, I was paying Empire. I paid them, I think, $260 down payment plus $100 and I think $25 a month, if I'm not mistaken, for auto protection, insurance. So on the way going to Tallahassee, because I wanted to go spend some time in Tallahassee, get away from all these crackers and all this shit. They got crackers in Tallahassee too, but you know what I'm saying, just to ride, and I wanted to hang out there. I miss, in a weird way, I miss hanging out over there. And it was weird as fuck. I don't even know, because I really never did shit in Tallahassee when I'm there. It's just homeless and shit, sleeping out of porta parties and shit. But I just wanted to go hang out there, maybe take advantage of a little bit delivery or whatever. And so I'm on my way there. The van started acting up, started heating and shit, right? So I met this cool police in Quincy. He gave me a ride to the store, helped me get it back cooled down or whatever, to go get some like oil, what you call it? I forgot what it's called. Radiator fluid, so it won't overheat. So I put that in there. It got me back to my local area where I normally be. So there, the car started running back really fine. So I took it to an auto shop in the local area where I be at, and the guy patched it for me, patched the water pump for me. He told me it was the water pump, but before, when I took it to Tuffy's in Tallahassee, I forgot to tell y'all that. So I took it to Tuffy's in Tallahassee. I was under the assumption that I was straight because, like I told y'all, I was with Empire Auto Protect. So I'm thinking they're gonna protect it, they're gonna pay for everything. So I told them, hey, look, anything that you see that's wrong with the car, just go ahead and fix it. I got Empire Auto Protection. So they took it in there, had it in there for a couple hours. Ain't nobody telling me nothing. So the guy had told me before I even came there, he told me to come at 8 o'clock in the morning because they closed at 5. I came at 8 o'clock in the morning. So they had my car in there like around 8 o'clock all the way till it closed, 5. Nobody tell me nothing. So he tell me, just, wait right, come back tomorrow because, we busy. So I'm like, how you busy? So I thought you was going to, what's up? He said, we was waiting on your insurance guy to hit us back with the quote, with something he was telling me. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I come back the next day. Ain't nobody saying that. I'm still in the parking lot. This in Tallahassee. So I'm like, what the fuck? Hold on now. So I go in there and start asking questions. Yo, what's up? You ain't tell me to come in or what? He said, oh yeah, man, we still waiting on your guy, Empire, to text us back, to call us back. So I called Empire myself. I say, they answer the phone. I said, yo, the guys here in Tuffy said that they waiting on you to call them. So they can give you the price to fix my car. He said, oh yeah, we tried calling them, they ain't answer our call. So I said, oh, okay. So he said, so I said, yeah, so yeah, he said he's waiting on you so he can tell you what's all wrong with it. He said, oh nah, no need for that, because we ain't gonna fix your car. So I'm like, damn, so that mean to tell you them two was already talking. So Tuffy's must have already told them everything that was wrong with my car or whatever, when they only told me it was the thermostat that need fixing, because when it overheats, it's just a thermostat, right? So I'm like, all right, after all them hours, they telling me it's a thermostat. So I'm like, cool. So after the dude tell me he ain't gonna fix it, I'm like, what the hell you mean you ain't gonna fix it? I've been paying y'all $100 and something every month, on time, never late, and y'all ain't gonna fix it. He like, oh yeah, your car got too many miles, man. We ain't gonna fix it. I said, well, shit, let me get my money back. Oh, no, you ain't getting your money back and we ain't gonna fix it. Just like that. So I'm like, damn. So now let me know, okay, a higher power involved. Oh shit, what the fuck these bright lights on for? Hold on. I'm just learning how to work this car here. Yeah, so, okay, I got the bright lights on. All right, so, yeah, they gonna be foaming out the mouth. I told the people when I bought the car in Alabama, yeah, they gonna be foaming out the mouth to put me in Florida with this, boy. They can't wait till I come back. And they start laughing and shit. They're like, yeah. Anyway, long story short. So they telling me I had to go in there. I said, man, he said that he ain't gonna fix it because my car got too many miles on them. Y'all have already been speaking? You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking they must have already been speaking, because that's why they let me sit in the car all them hours. You know what I'm saying? Because they probably was already talking. But they ain't tell me shit. You know what I'm saying? I had to go in there and literally talk. Otherwise, they would have kept me in the parking lot and told me to come back again the next day. And again and again. You feel me? And claimed they was waiting on each other to contact each other when they probably was already on the phone with each other. You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking. Because he told me flat out, man, we ain't going to fix it. And you ain't getting your money back. So I'm like, oh, all right. So, I started trying to contact lawyers and all that. You know, they tell me they can't do nothing about it, which I already know the reason why, because they probably got that phone call too. You get what I'm saying? So if you know, you know what I'm saying. But anyway, so after that, I had to charge it to the game. They robbed me for like, I think $700. You know what I'm saying? They got that, boom. Next up, it's the same thing with the phone companies I was telling y'all with when with Cash App. When Cash App hold my money, asking to verify who I was and all that, right? And then every bank I got without the Cash App did the same thing. They following suit. You know what I'm saying? They following suit, letting them know they with the, they working with the cops and shit. You feel me? Whoever they may be. So it makes them feel good to prove some kind of point. Whatever it is, they all together, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that nigga, whatever the message may be. You know what I'm saying? So, right. So then, okay, boom. I filled my shit up with water. It's like, fuck it, man. You know what I'm saying? After he told me that, and I said, man, he telling me he ain't gonna fix the car, man. So, let me get my car. He said, as I'm leaving, he like, no, I said, I'll pay for it myself. That's what I said. I said, fuck it, I'll pay for it myself, man. You know what I'm saying? Since they ain't gonna pay for it. So I'm like, how much y'all gonna charge me to put the thermostat on there? And he said, well, to be honest with you, the thermostat is the least of your problem now. I was like, what you talking about? He said, nah, it's your water pump now. You gotta worry about your water pump. That's the most serious issue. I said, what? My water pump messed up. He said, yeah. I said, I thought you told me it was just a thermostat. He said, yeah, but nah, it's the water pump now. So I'm like, what the fuck? No, I went from the thermostat to the water pump now. So I said, how much is to fix the water pump? He said, yeah, it's gonna be about $950. I said, $950 to fix the water pump? He like, yeah, man, it'll be more expensive than that. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, nah, you know what? I'm out of here. So I said, fuck it, I'll go back to Northwest Florida and tough it out there. Just be living out of my van. I would have made it look easy, but the feds and shit kept harassing me, sending the police, calling the police on me and shit, making me put unnecessary miles on the car. Versus, cause my strategy was, I got a big ass van, you know what I'm saying? It's nice, roomy and shit. I ain't gotta worry about nothing. I can just park in the area and only move when it's time for me to work out and get something to eat. I would have nailed that shit. I made it look easy. It didn't cross my mind that, nigga, the feds following you and they're gonna fuck up everything you do. I wasn't thinking. So that's exactly what they did. The feds and shit started following the nigga around. Look, I'm gonna show you, like, they're all in front, all in back of me right now as I make this video. But anyway, I'm calling the police and shit. Police is harassing the nigga, telling me to move from here, move from there, or and they harassing me themselves. Getting out of the car, doing the old walking the dog trick, just making a nigga, because they know I don't like them. I don't like to be around them. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to be around white folks like that. If it ain't business, you know what I'm saying? They ain't doing no work for me, nothing. I don't want to be around you. I don't want you to be around me. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want you to talk to me, nothing. You know what I'm saying? So they coming around the nigga and shit and all that, making it uncomfortable. So I just leave, you know what I'm saying? Like I normally do. And that was pissing them off. I discovered, when you don't even say nothing to them, you cut off communication to them, get away from them when they come around you, don't talk to them, see they want to take everything from you, try and take the conversation and information from them, and it was fucking them up. It was really eating them up inside. So, it made them, like, get out of character, seriously. And I was like, oh shit, I noticed that, so I stuck to that. But meanwhile, I told the guy, let me get my van out, man, fuck it out. He was like, yeah, you're gonna need plenty of water. And he was right. I said, I got that. I had water in there. It lasted me all the way till I got damn near to till I made it back to the county, and I had used my last drop, and it went out on me in the city. So I had to sit there for maybe like 45 minutes to an hour, and then after that it cooled down enough for me to make it back to the area which I've been living at the time, and now I was able to save what little bit of money I could, you know what I'm saying, besides them making me spend it when they want to, prove a point or feel big, you know what I'm saying. Maybe they getting their ass whooped on the world stage, so they want to come pick on Ketron because, Ketron got them hooked, you know what I'm saying. So they come fucking with me again. They making me spend what little bit of money. They laughing and shit. They having a kick. You know what I'm saying? Reptilians love that shit. They having a motherfucking ball, like kids in the candy store. You know what I'm saying? And so that's where we at with it. So, okay, so now once I get back, I take it to AJ's. AJ's tell me, you know what I'm saying, look, I'm gonna just patch it for you, you feel me? And AJ's was really cool, really honest. They did their job, you know what I'm saying? And they told me what they were gonna do. They told me they patched it up and it should last a little while, and they did. It lasted about maybe a couple months. And then it started leaking again. But it was still driving really good and stuff. And once I take the radiator cap off and release pressure, it was riding just, you know, even gooder. So now I was going to Alabama because I wanted to see what it's like to do my little thing up there, you know what I'm saying, my little side hustles, and see what the differences is, you know what I'm saying. So I'm going there, and I get there, everything, you know, like I told y'all, they told me to come Wednesday and all that. So I was there Tuesday, vibing. You know, spun a day that Wednesday hit, boom, I get up, go to the mechanics because they was the cheapest out of everybody. So I bring my van in there for them to fix it. Now, the guy like, oh yeah, water pump, you know what I'm saying? They ordered a new water pump or whatever, right? So I said, okay, cool. They put the water pump on, and the dude see the two bolts that was broke off. Instead of telling me like a honest professional mechanic would, instead of telling me, hey, listen, you got two bolts broke off in your water pump, so we can do it, but we're just gonna have to charge you extra. He didn't say that. He fouled the shit. I'm watching him. He don't think I'm watching him though. He fouled it. He took out a fouler, or some kind of fouler, and fouled off the little nubs that was hanging out. You could have just took grip pliers with the shit and pulled the bolts out. You feel what I'm saying? It's what I would call lazy mechanics, to where they've been doing the job so motherfucking long, you know, they really need to be replaced like old car parts. Because the longer they've been doing it, the more, the whole time was he complaining to me, man, I'm 63 years old, man, I've been doing this shit, I'm sick of this shit, I'm tired of this shit. You know, like, he was really tired. At least it's like that's what he was pretending to be like in front of me. Like, he really didn't want to do that job no more. He really was fed the fuck up, and he about had enough of that job, and he just, you know, he want to walk away, but he can't. That's what he claimed, right? So, you know, he talking to me, telling me all this shit, you know, so I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. So he saw instead of telling me he can fix it, he gonna charge me more or whatever, he just gonna have to charge me more. Now I'm looking at the shit, I'm like, man, I can pull that shit out with some grip pliers. But you know, they like to pretend like they doing extra hard work, you know what I'm saying, and that it's really worth their labor what they gonna charge you, you know what I'm saying, when they rip your head off, basically. So, but he don't know I know the game. I'm just sitting there, letting them do their thing, you know, yapping with them. But they decent people though. They cool, you know what I'm saying? Except the mechanic dude that working on my car, the 63-year-old. It's something iffy about his ass. So, you know, chopping it up with him or whatever. Everybody in there seems cool, but they look like they all cops. They all got guns and shit. They all scrapped in there. I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Then I noticed that they're, you know, they call Aaron's shop, some shit. Aaron's, I'll let y'all know. I'm gonna show y'all the receipts and everything. So, you know, they all got their little guns and shit walking around there, except the dude who was the mechanic guy. He looked like he was an ex-junkie. He tell the story about how he been to prison and shit, got out, and that mechanic place that he working at now let him live in the back, because they got like a little shed in the back. He stayed there for a couple years, him and his wife, until he was able to save up enough money to get the place around the corner from the shop where he live at. Now but look, this not really shots at him, but I peeped the scam, but they didn't have to scam for me to get the vehicle. They could have just said, hey, I got a vehicle you could buy, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, you could junk that one or whatever, because they got a tow truck service as well. It's a junkyard in the back of in the car lot. I mean, in the mechanic shop. They got a tow truck company and a gas station there, where they supply gas and they get cars off the street and resell them back out to the public, like this car here that I got from them and gave them the van. So He saw the nubs off instead of just pulling the nubs out and just putting in and replacing the water pump, which would have made it good. But he sawed them off. He took a saw and sawed the nubs inside the little the spots where the bolts was popping out at. Instead of like just gluing it, I guess sealing it like AJ's did, he sawed the shit off and put some kind of glue on it, and then put radiator stop leak in it. In there watching. But the radiator stop leak was kind of holding up though for what he did to it. And then he only put the 3 bolts at the top, the 2 bolts at the bottom. He didn't bolt it back. He just left the 2 bolts out and sawed it and then glued it to the thing, right? So after that, they started saying, man, ain't nothing we can do. We tried our best because it started pouring out like a motherfucker. It started pouring out. So he said, man, Mariana is only about 30 minutes from here. You can, go down and, because we're going to need the titles if we're going to get the van off you. So I'm like, all right. So cool, you know what I'm saying? They started telling me they can't fix it, nothing they can do. But then I peeped something. He said, man, but if we go in there and fix it, it's going to cost you $700. I'm like, $700? You should have just said that for the jump. Hey, look, man, you know what I'm saying? But what they don't understand is, nigga, you a fucking mechanic. Your job is to work on cars. So fucking what you don't want to do it. So fucking what the job is tough. If you charge me $300 for the water pump, whatever assignment that comes with the water pump, your responsibility is to fix that motherfucker. So what? It got bolts in there. You got to do extra work. Do some motherfucking work. Get your lazy ass up and get to work. You know what I'm saying? If it's 2 bolts stuck inside the water pump, the thing where the water pump goes, that's your responsibility to get that out. That's what comes with working on water pumps as a mechanic, right? But I'm just sitting back peeping how the reptilians work. I'm just like, okay, cool. But they're really cool though. Don't get me wrong. I'm just sitting back, all right, cool, just listening to him. And he sawed the bolts off in there. And then later said, well, we can drill it out, you know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be like $700. Now he said, we got a card there, he said, how much he said $1,000. He tried to get $1,000. So the other dude who fucked up, the mechanic, the old dude who was working on my car, who sawed the bolts off in there, and then the whole time they like, oh, don't worry, we're gonna get you right. I ain't gonna let you leave out of here without, you know what I'm saying, making sure you all right. So they talking good, they talking that talk, make you feel safe or whatever, you know what I'm saying. But I ain't hearing none of that shit because I'm like, okay, I'm going by action. You feel me? But like I said, they is cool. I was vibing with them and shit, how I normally am. I ain't looking bad on them or nothing, you know what I'm saying? Let them do their job, vibing with them, because it was a nice little vibe, you know what I'm saying? It was a cool little vibe. But after briefly getting to know the mechanic, I realized they need a new mechanic, you know what I'm saying? And then he was like, how he tired of being there, he's sick of the shit, he want out, but he can't leave. And then the dude got fire ass hot with me when I told him that I wanted to be a mechanic, and I'm trying to go to mechanic school for the same. I know you don't want to be no mechanic. It's like he was hating and shit, like, trying to make the shit seem so horrible. I'm like, look, Cracker, your experience with mechanic is your shit. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to talk me out of wanting to be a mechanic. It's like he was really upset. I'm talking about upset, like as if I took something from him because I told him I wanted to be a mechanic. And he started listing all the bad shit about the mechanic that he went through. I'm like, look, that's you feel me? You're your own person. And just because I said I wanted to be a mechanic, when I said that, when that Cracker heard, oh, mechanic, oh, hell no, I don't want no nigga mechanic. You know what I'm saying? It's like he really got pissed off. I'm serious. I wish I could have recorded that shit, y'all, so y'all could see. I mean, you should have saw the fucking look on his face. The Cracker was like legit mad. Like I fucked his wife or some shit because I said I wanted to be a mechanic. You should have. He was swelling up, man. He was like, I was like, damn, what's the fuck that Cracker great? Like, but he was really cool though. But like I told you, me, that cool shit don't matter. You feel me? Like, cause you white, nigga, I'm black, and I know our history. And not only that, I'm only here for business. You know what I'm saying? But we talking it out, and we having great conversations. And like I said though, the vibe of the place was really cool as fuck, laid back. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? I keep it 100. They the only mechanic that I've ever met in my life that literally let me go inside while they working on the car. Literally. And stand there and watch them work. All the other mechanics will kick your ass out. You feel me? And be like, oh no, we don't want you standing here in case you get hurt. That's the excuse, because they're gonna break something else in your car and they want your ass to bring it coming back. It's one of the biggest scams in the United States of America. And I remember talking really good about America and thinking about, damn, why the fuck India scams so much? Damn, why the fuck Africa scams so much? You know what I'm saying? When I've been there, it's only one place that I've been in my whole entire life. Well, not one place, because I ain't never came across scamming in the Bahamas either, or in Mexico. Well, yeah, my bad. I got scammed in Mexico. My bad. I forgot about that. Yeah, they ripped my head off in Mexico a couple times. Vietnam, a little bit small, minor shit. But I remember thinking, why they scam so much? And and I'm like, nigga, in America, we don't do that scamming shit. We do real honest business. But I forgot about we scam like a motherfucker as well. It just, we got our shit hidden from other places that don't got their shit hidden. For instance, we scam, but our shit is in the mechanic sector. If your car fuck around and break down and you need to go to the mechanic, get ready. They're gonna rip your motherfucking head back. They're gonna rip your head back. All right? They're gonna rip your head back. So we got scam in disguise versus other countries scam your ass just right up, bluntly to your face or some shit, or you can tell it's not right. You know what I'm saying? You like, nah, I'm straight. You can tell the shit like iffy ass deals and shit. But our country, the United States, when they scam you, it's like with the mechanic and shit. You gonna get all legit business. Ain't nobody trying to get over on you unless it's a foreign company in our country. Or something like a Chinese restaurant. I ain't saying like the Chinese restaurant gonna do it, but I'm just using that for example. Or an Indian restaurant or something, and you go to their restaurant and order some food here in America, and they might charge you extra than what you normally supposed to pay, right? Because when I first got back into the United States, that's the first thing I said. Damn, ironically, but I ain't even want to come back to this fucking hellhole. But I did kind of miss legit business, you know what I'm saying? Because we do business legit. Like when it comes to the business, America has always kept a real motherfucking strong positive image, I thought, when it comes to doing business. Like they don't play, ain't nobody gonna try to scam your ass here because we not a third world country. You get what I'm saying? We don't need the money like that. But I forgot shit. And doctors and mechanics is play a big role in destroying the United States of America. By forcing people to give up their vehicles, breaking it down, breaking extra parts that don't need to be broken, and causing you to spend extra money. And now you out of a vehicle which you could have used to go to work, get a job, or deliver, or whatever it is. You ain't got that vehicle to get to and from work, which then hurts the economy of the United States of America. So they really like the pest of America that cannot be exterminated. You feel me? Because everybody need mechanics, because your shit gonna get broken, is gonna need fixing one way or another. You know what I'm saying? So your car, any car you got is gonna need service. So you're gonna need some kind of mechanic. So they like a pest, the pest of America that cannot be cannot be gotten rid of. Like, and they like the invasive species of America that cannot be exterminated. But so what happened is, so now the guy said, 1,000. Don't worry, I'm gonna talk him down to it. I'm gonna get him to give it to you for 800. Like, cool. You know what I'm saying? Because I looked at it and but I started thinking, damn, how the fuck I'm gonna fit all my shit in there? You know what I'm saying? I got my van, my nigga. My van. Only thing I loved about the van, I started to dislike the van, but I fell in love with it because, you know what I'm saying, it was my little home, motherfucker. You feel me? Yeah, I go places a lot, and I start connecting with it, and it's big and roomy and shit. You know what I'm saying? I could put a big ass mattress in there if I wanted to, and a TV in the back, and just chill. You feel me? But I looked at this vehicle. It's kind of it looked little as fuck on the outside, but on the inside, it's big and roomy, but not as big as the van though. Nowhere near as big. It was not as big as the van, but it's it's nice. It's a nice size. I like it. And I was able to fit almost all my stuff from my van inside here. You feel me? It got like 3 row seats, and not to mention, I always wanted one of these cars. I used to call them 4. Not the old, this version. I'm gonna tell y'all. The inside of this car looked disgusting as fuck. Horrible. It's probably the most ugliest inside car I ever had in my life. It looked like it got throw up stains all over the motherfucker. I mean, it smells stank as fuck, you feel me? But it runs a lot better than my van at the time. A lot better than my van at the time. I'm not gonna lie. And so far, so my van run. Like I said, the van run really good. It's still running good. As you know, they even with them destroying the water pump on purpose, and then telling me they're not gonna let me leave without fixing it, and then telling me it's nothing they can do about the vehicle, so I might as well buy this vehicle for $1,000 before ultimately giving it to me for $800 plus my van. So I said, cool, you feel me? Because I would take this one anyway because I kind of like it, you feel me? It's all right, and it's big and roomy, and I wanted to upgrade because the only thing I didn't like about the van once I started developing stuff that I didn't like about it was it's noisy, brrr, big and noisy, make a lot of noise. Hold on, let me see how much gas is at this Texaco real quick. I'm gonna just, oh shit. Oh shit, my nigga. Damn. That bitch 267. Damn. Yeah, that's a woo. Let me see where we at. Yeah, I might have a little bit. I might have enough to get it down. Oh shit. I'm gonna put maybe 5 in the tank because it's really expensive here. So I won't need that much in the tank. So we'll just go with like a little five piece and we'll be straight. But yeah, so now so what I do, so I said, okay, cool. So they kept the van, and then so I had to come up with the $800 to give them for the car, plus, and the low fuel just came on, motherfucker. Plus the $100 and something just for the water pump. They charged me $100 and something just for the water pump alone. Hold on, y'all. Let me. But let me. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. They want me to go inside, just to pay again. So I'll be right back. All right, so we're back. All right, so like I was saying, so the guy, they took a look at it, and I guess whoever was following me from Florida in Alabama to Alabama was telling them, you know what I'm saying, because they knew I had two bands saved up. So I guess they were getting scared, thinking I was gonna leave. So they had to come up with the financial war plan to keep me broke. So to force me to spend that money. So boom, they came up with the plan, and what they did was it was exactly what I told y'all. How they came. Was like, oh, we can't fix the water pump. We can't fix the car, man. Your best bet is to just buy a new car. We got this one over here for $1,000. So that was the whole time. It was their plan. Now, if they wanted to give me, so I'm thinking, okay, well, them crackers know who I am. They follow me 24/7, 7 days a week. They know exactly who I am, so they pretending like they don't. You know, they follow me all the way in Alabama. So I'm quite sure they was on the phone with Alabama. So. With that being said, so it lets me know that they knew. So now they probably like, man, we're gonna get them another car. Now if it was like they just wanted to give me a better running car but not make it look obvious by giving me a raggedy looking car that the inside all disgusting up for the low, you feel me? You know, I'm gonna jump on it because I'm trying to use it just to work out of anyway, you feel me? Get my income up and ultimately invest in my business, you know? And so I don't mind that. But they tried to do it sneakingly by acting like they couldn't fix the water pump and that the only option was for me to sell it because it wasn't leaking nowhere near as bad as it was after I brought my car to their shop to get it serviced. It actually was worse with a brand new water pump. The shit gushing out like a water hose. You know what I'm saying? With a brand new water pump. When I drove in their shop, my shit had the old used water pump and not even leaking nowhere near as fast as that. So I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? And when he made the $1,000 proposal to me with this car, and dude like, don't worry, I'm gonna talk him down to 800. You know what I'm saying? Plus the van. All right, cool. So they did their little thing, and you know, I let him get the van or whatever, right? So I got this one, tested it out a little bit. I liked it, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I always wanted one of these cars. I called them Forerunners, something that, because I never had one. I've always had other cars and stuff, and I always wanted one of these. I wouldn't say raggedy like this though, but I've always wanted one. So I get to scratch that off my bucket list, you know what I'm saying? Now that I got one. And the van, I don't know if I always wanted a van. I don't know, but that van, I ended up liking that van because that's the first van I ever had that's so big and roomy like that. You know what I'm saying? It had a lot of storage and shit. I fell in love with that little van easily. You know, I liked it. But I always wanted one of these Forerunners, so I wasn't complaining. You feel me? When he was like, you know, I call them Forerunners, but it's not a Forerunner. It's they call it a Buick. But I don't care what name brand it was. I've always wanted one. You know what I'm saying? That's shaped like this, and it got multiple seats. And that's another thing I liked about my van. It had the potential to have multiple seats. Now it only had the two front seats and then the rear seats, which was fucked up, molded, and stank bad in the motherfucker. So I left them folded down because the person I bought it from, I ain't never folded them up either. So I just been sitting there smelling like goddamn rain furniture or something. It was just, you know, so I left it down. But the inside was way more beautiful than this. This inside smell is really dirty and fucked up and junky, but I like it because now I get to take before and after pictures, you know what I'm saying? I get to take pictures of what it's like before I start working, and then after I'm done working on it, cleaning it out and stuff, you know how good it'll look. So I'm gonna put some little work in to clean it out, pull everything out of it, find a spot to pull everything out of it. Not yet though, and then, you know, but I want to do a little bit of work while I'm in this area, so I just wanted to do this live real quick to document that, and then I'm gonna end this live and try to do some work, make some of the money back. So they charged, so it ended up being more than $1,000 anyway, which took all my money basically out of my bank account. They have and then I had to go transfer my tag to this car. They charged me $145. $145 just to transfer my tag to this car, and $145 just for the water pump. When the water pump at most costs $70 fucking dollars. $70 for a water pump for a 08, a 20-year-old Dodge, a 2008 Dodge Grand Caravan. That car 20 fucking years old with 300 some thousand miles on it, and they charged me $145 to be exact. I still got the receipt. I'm gonna show y'all. Hold on, to be exact, because I might even be off a little bit. They might have charged me $150 something, and they gave me the receipt for a water pump, bro, just for the water pump. And they like, oh, we ain't gonna charge you for the labor, man, but you know, we ain't gonna charge you for the labor. We just gonna charge you for the water pump. Cracker, you think I'm stupid? You gonna put my old water pump back on there, and then you gonna take that new water pump back off, and then you gonna get your money back for that. So, and you probably only paid $50 fucking for it. So now you're gonna get your $50 back from that. You got $145 out of me, and then you gonna fix it up and then resell the car for like $1,100 anyway, $1,200 anyway. So they got but I didn't care. Like I said, I wanted this car anyway once after he proposed it to me. Now at first, I wasn't even thinking about the car, because I'm thinking about, hell nah, the cracker done guaranteed me that he gonna fix it. Now as a professional mechanic, if you guarantee me, don't worry, I'm gonna fix it, you're gonna be straight. I'm not gonna let you leave out of here without fixing your car all the way. You're gonna be straight. You're gonna be, you know what I'm saying? I'm just using the way I'm talking. He used cracker language, like, you know, because he white. He like, yeah, don't worry, bro. I'm not gonna let you leave out of here without fixing the vehicle. Trust me, it's gonna be you're in good hands. So he bragging on himself, you know what I'm saying, and all that. Okay, you know, whatever. I'm gonna see though, you know. Oh shit, I done cut the lights on in the car. So, he went to, he doing this little thing, fixing the car. Like I said, he sawed the bolts off instead of sitting. Now the other guy who was over him, because a police owned the shop, but it's a guy that act like he's the owner. He was really smooth cat. He really cool. He came and checked on me when I was in the field. You know what I'm saying? And everything. He's straight. So that guy, the cool guy, who hired, I guess, the 63-year-old mechanic, who act like he really don't want to be there. He really hate the shit, but he can't leave. He went out. That guy there is the guy, the iffy guy. He's, instead of being a real professional mechanic and looking and say, hey, listen, man, you got 2 bolts broke off in there. Now, I'm going to give you a list of options. He didn't do that. He didn't give me a list of options for me to agree on. He straight up took it upon himself to saw the bolts off while it was still stuck into the engine, and then tried to glue the shit on there, and then put stop leak to try to help it keep the water pump together. As a mechanic, this is what he's doing. I'm seeing it. I'm like, okay, you know. Instead of saying, hey, listen, you got 2 bolts broke off in your engine, in the water pump thing, man. Here's your water pump, but the bolts, if I take them out, I'm gonna have to charge you extra. And I would have said, okay, cool, do what you gotta do. But no, he sawed them off, and then they came and said, listen, man, and it made the leak worse. The leak was like leaking like fucking water out of that bit. I'm telling you, I mean, it was like a water hole. And then that's when they was like, oh, we can't do nothing about that, man. You're gonna have to get another vehicle. Your best option is this junkie. You feel me, or something? So I'm like, oh, okay. I'm way out here in Alabama, and they trying to use that, I guess, trying to teach me a lesson by going to Alabama, by breaking my car down worse than it was when it came in there, and then telling me, hey, man, I got a junkie. Ain't no option, man. You got a junkie. You know what I'm saying? But you can buy this car over here for $1,000. But don't worry, I'm gonna get him talking down and give it to you for $800. Oh, and by the way, you still gotta pay for that water pump. We want 100 and oh yeah, I was looking for the receipt. Hold on, let me look for the receipt. I'm y'all the receipt. So, tell y'all exactly how much they charge me for a fucking water pump. Like I don't know how much they really cost. You know what I'm saying? Bitch, them shits cost, the most it'll cost for a 2008 Dodge Grand Caravan is $70. You know what I'm saying? Fuck, you gonna pay $100 and then that, you know, hold on, I'm gonna tell you. I got the receipt, don't worry. It's in here. I just gotta keep my eyes on the road. Here go the receipt right here. Yeah. I got the receipt right here. Might even need to do another video. Look, let me show y'all. I don't know if y'all seen that, but I gotta watch the road, y'all. I might, you know, let me tell you stuff. They hit brakes in front of me as well. And, you know, don't get me wrong, I like the vibe in Alabama. They really cool. I like, you know, the vibe, it was alright. It's just that the one that was working on my car, you know, he the iffy one, you feel me? No, they charged me $141.16 for the water pump. You know what I'm saying? $141.16 for the water pump. You know, and so now I get down to change titles, and PC, Florida, Panama City, they charge me $5 to switch the tag. So now together, 145 plus 141. You know what I'm saying? The crackers loving that. You know what I'm saying? It's adding up. You know what I'm saying? They're getting real deep into my pockets now. You feel what I'm saying? Which I know. Which, if I wanted to, I could have just fucked them all up and just booked it to somewhere else. Or kept my little, drove out of the shop and took my chances and drove that bitch till it break down to a different state and just did it up. But, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted to come back and see what, skating ring, and see what it's gonna be, and then I'm gonna come back and make some of my money back anyway. And at that spot, I was gonna stay there, but and do a little bit of like delivering food there, trying to get a little bit of money back. But with them, they couldn't wait for me to get that. Them crackers all over, nigga. As soon as what y'all doing, you stupid motherfuckers? You know what I'm saying? Like, what you think I don't know? You following me or something? Is that what you think? You know what I'm saying? And Mariana, they was desperate. So I'm like, fuck this shit, man. I'm going to Panama City, and I already know once I get there, they're going to have a lobby full of crackers, and they're going to come with these head. And exactly what I predicted, that's exactly what was there. They were ready for me, too. But the truth is, I missed the area. So this is another reason, the main reason why I came back, I just missed the area, you feel me? Get my little vibe. I like the work that I do when I'm delivering people food, you feel me? It makes me feel alright. You know, I wish my van was able to withstand that onslaught, but that caught me off guard. I didn't expect him to break the car worse and then just tell me to junk it. You know what I'm saying? Because then I would have had to pay, I had enough water probably to make it all the way back to my part of Florida, where the mechanic who sealed it up the last time told me he'll for me, but he won't charge me $700 and he won't be able to fix it until. So I said, damn, and that was a whole day ago, or 2 days ago. So I said, damn, you know, I don't know if I want to drive around on it for a whole goddamn week. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, I'd rather get it done now. You feel me? So I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm going to get this car right here because I really like this, all right. And I always wanted one, but just not this, you know, like fucked up like this. But it's all right. I can clean it out and everything. But, you know, it's pretty cool. And I said, once I get back to to the spot, though, to Florida, them crackers are going to be in bright light heaven. They can't wait to bright light a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't got no tents on the side of the bitch. Shit, nigga, them crackers finna have so much game, so much fun. All in the rearview mirror, shining their lights and shit. But yeah, man. But anyway, so that's the story. So once my account hit $2,000, them crackers came with their little financial wall. They put it on me, and they got me dipping into, you know, my savings. They wiped out that 1,000, and which I wanted to see how they was moving. So I allowed it. You know, I could have just junked this shit and was up 2 bands plus whatever, a couple hundred they would have paid me. you know, and just would have went to a different state and toughed it out. And I didn't have to worry about putting no money in no more car. But I really wanted this challenge though. So, and then like I said, I missed it. I missed over here for some reason. I don't even know why. Like, you know, it's a heavy cracker area, my nigga, you know. But I just like the, I don't know, man. I just like the vibe. I missed it. Because, you know, I thought about it, you know, how I used to vibe in my van over here. And I'm like, well, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? I got a different vehicle now. I'm going to go back over there and see what it's like. And so that's what I did. You know, I'm on, and you know, I just missed the area, just come around, just see what's up. You feel me? I put up with these crackers for the time being. I know everything they're gonna do. You feel what I'm saying? And so I'm prepared. You know, it just unless they're gonna just flat out kill me, which I think about it sometimes. But you know what I'm saying? Maybe they just might just lose patience and do it. But anything else other than murdering me, I got this shit on smash in terms of me knowing how they gonna come, knowing the steps they gonna take, you know, to fuck up the car. I just gotta watch my car a little harder because I know these crackers to a T, you feel me? So as long as I know them, I know how they coming, you feel me? Me missing the area ain't got shit to do with the crackers that follow me in the area. Fuck them, in my opinion, but it's the area that I love, you feel me? And the good people who don't really, you know what I'm saying, who don't really fuck with a nigga who ain't worried about a nigga like that, following a nigga all around and all that shit. Just like doing their own thing, you know what I'm saying? But it was the area that done it for me, you feel me? And I already know, I said, well, when I get back, boy, the crackers know I ain't got no tents. They probably finna shut down every motherfucking tent place in the city. Man, shut this shit down, boy, you know what I'm saying? So I don't get no new tents and I have to force me to drive a couple of states just to get tinted windows, because I am, you feel me? I'm gonna just let them have a little fun, see how they doing it. And so far, you know, they bringing it just like I predicted, just like I thought. Because to predict it, I had to put it out there first, and I didn't. I just thought to myself, I ain't gonna say nothing to nobody. You feel me? I'm just gonna document all this shit real quick and put it on a video and put it out there. So they try, in my opinion, I really like Arnold's automotive. Oh shit, I got a light on here. Hold on, let me cut the light on. I thought I cut the light on. Where's this fucking light coming from? What kind of light is it? I think it may be coming from one of the cars behind me. But it looked like it's shining directly on this paper over here. Where's this fucking light coming from? Oh yeah, I got a weird light in my car that looks like it's it's on the mirror. That's where that motherfucker. What the hell kind of light is that? Oh, okay, I took it out. Okay, the mirror, the rearview mirror got a little light on it. So I hit that and took it out. Alright, so cool. Alright, so but yeah, y'all, so I just missed the area, you know, coming back, doing what I can do, you know what I'm saying, vibing. I vibe before I get fed up and try somewhere else, you know what I'm saying? And the crackers got America organized to harass me in any state I go to try to make it, I don't know, whatever, get a reaction out of me or something, right? So, but I wanted to come back and just see. And so far, man, I've been right. I'm clutch on everything I thought that they would do from the moment I get back. But Mariana fooled me a little bit, because when I was in Mariana, Florida, also I took 2 images of the sky, and I'm going to show y'all in a video later what I found. But I knew if I go to that spot now with the vehicle I got and they fuck around and see I'm a nigga in that bitch, it's going to be some problem. I'm saying nigga in that bitch, oh hell no, that's a nigga. But anyway, so once I finish, hold on. Once I finish this video, I'm gonna end this live, do what I gotta do. I'll probably have a video a little later, maybe a little later tonight. Alright, I'm gonna see how these crackers gonna harass me or whatever they're gonna do to me now that I'm back. You know, whatever I put up, whatever their shit, however they coming. Yeah, try to make as much money as I can back that I spent. They licked me for about $1,200 a band, and $200, $300, maybe $1,300. You know, and so I don't know. We'll see if I can chip away on that. besides supplying my own goddamn gas and all that shit. Which, damn. So we'll see. But anyway, yeah, I just missed that area, man, and how I was vibing, the way I was vibing. And we'll see what's up when I get there. But the good thing is, for now, I got a better running vehicle. You know what I'm saying? And it's quiet. I guess that's a plus, you know. But the inside stink like a fuck. You look like it got oil stains all over the goddamn inside. You know, throw up stains or whatever it looked like. The seat belt looked stained up, you know, oil stained up. So I got some work to do. I gotta clean it out. Take my pride in there, get in there and do my own detailing. I was gonna call a buddy of mine, but I thought, I don't know if they might tell him to do a half-done job. You feel me? So fuck it. I might as well just do this shit myself. So starting tomorrow, I got some work to do. They had their little fun. They have their little fun. And yeah, so that's the story, the theory of how they brought it to me when I took it to the mechanic. And in my opinion, though, it needs to be a real serious crime. It needs to be a felony for mechanics because, and that's another reason why I wanted to be a mechanic, so that people can have a real, honest mechanic. Someone, if I was a mechanic, they'll never have to worry about anything because I'ma never scam my customers when it comes to the car. You know what I'm saying? They can bring their shit to me and know and count and can count on me 100% that they ain't gonna get scammed for their vehicle. They ain't bringing it to a nigga that's gonna fix one problem, fix the problem they're bringing it for, but break another problem, keep them coming back, or, you know, try to force them to, you know, come up off their vehicle because I got a tow truck company. You know, no bullshit like that, you know what I'm saying? They can get real legit on the surface. It needs to be a first-degree felony. I'm serious. To do that. But they're all cops, though. The owner of the shop is a cop. the look like the hiring manager a cop, and they strapped too. Nigga, they got fire on them in a bit. You know, but you know, they seem like they all polices though, undercover police. Real city police though. I ain't talking about like feds. They city police. That's what it looked like. It remind me of a movie like where everybody in on it and they all family, but they killing motherfuckers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like something you see in a horror movie or something. So they appear to be all families at the shop, but they all strapped. They all like cops and shit, for real. But they cool. Yeah, these things was cool to me. Besides the scam and shit, trying to make me come up off the vehicle, like, bitch, I was ready to come up off it anyway. Because for them, they thought they got over on me, but when you do the math, in order for them to fix it up right how they want, they need a new bumper, because the bumper on that ain't even the real bumper. And from what I call from a junkyard, they were charging me, well, maybe it's me, the reason why. Maybe when they hear another cracker, they're going to give them a real price, maybe like $80. But what they told me is $300 just for the bumper, to replace the bumper. And they got to go get a new key fob to program the key to it, because I'm taking this one back and seeing if I can get my money back for it. So the key fob is going to cost them $180 like it cost me. So that's $180 if they have to pay that, you know, with the exception of them being white. Maybe they not, but let's say if they have to pay that. They got to pay $180 for the key fob, $300 for the bumper, and then it's a misfire they got to fix, and then they got to fix the water pump issue that he created worse by sawing the goddamn bolts into the engine when he could have just, you know, pulled them out with some grip pliers or some shit. So they got to do that to fix that. And the most important reason why I was so willing to come up off it, because when I was driving it to them, nigga, water started pouring out the engine as if the head gasket was blowed in that bit. You feel me? But was still running like a champ though. I seen, you know, fluids leaking out the engine of that bit, plus the water pump. So I'm like, oh shit, you feel me? I knew, but it didn't show signs of blow a head gasket though. You feel me? I made sure I loosened the cap to keep it halfway, all the way there. But you know, hey, you know, you never know, man. So If the water pump fucked up, they gotta replace. I mean, if the head gasket fucked up, they gotta replace the head gasket in there. But it was still running good. You feel me? You know, so whatever that's gonna cost them, you know, it's not a problem. You feel me? I just got a car with fucked up inside, like horrible looking inside, all dirty and junky, and whatever little hidden problems it may have, but it's running really good. I hooked my scanner up to it. It was no problems. They reassured me it was no problems. It's been running like it's no problems. So, you know, I'm just, you know, delivering my little food and try to keep the customers happy and make back some of the money that I fucked up, well, that they robbed me for. You know, when they could have just told me, hey, listen, man, you got 2 bolts inside your water pump, bro. And my plan was to pay them to fix the water pump. And then, but I already told them that it was leaking from the engine. Water fluids was coming out the engine, you feel me? But I wanted to do one thing at a time because I ain't have enough money to do everything at once. Unless he would have told me some shit like, hey, look, man, I'm gonna charge you $1,100 to do the, you know, everything at once. You feel me? I would have jumped on that. I wouldn't mind paying them just to get, you know, because I like the van. You feel me? It's big and roomy, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I like this shit. You feel me? So I would have paid that to get, you know, for to fix the head gasket and the water pump. Shit, what? That's the deal. You feel me? So I'd have did that. But he didn't. He sawed it off and made the job worse, as if he was trying to force me to come up off the car because they have an impound in the back of they car shop. You know, they mechanic shop. They got an impound back there, and they deal and they buy and sell used cars and shit like that. You feel me? So they look and thought, oh shit, this is a nice car, because it do look on like black people. It's illegal for us to have vehicles because those problems right there we're a target. We got polices and shit want to pull us over. People that's willing to boot and tow your car because it looked nice and want to charge you a hell of a lot of money to get it back. You feel me? And they had a motherfucking a detailing number on the vehicle, so they automatically assume you got a whole lot of money. You know, bitch, when ain't no detailers don't make no money like that, man. You feel me? Ain't no, but you know they gonna treat you like you were this high tech business in America. So this is another way they're controlling us in America with war, financial war, by stopping us from having enough money to be able to do what we want to do. By every time we save up enough money, they create problems, and once we have to take it to the mechanics, they are the mechanics that we have to take it to, and then they're gonna hit us with a fee, and it's a big ass circle of never ending hitting us with financial war, of fucking with us. And then if you go to the doctor, they're gonna hit you with a fee with that. You feel me? And give your ass a Tylenol and charge you $2,800, $2,800 for a Tylenol. You feel what I'm saying? So we got to be aware of those scams. The hospitals and the mechanics are the really what's really giving America a really fucked up name. Besides the law enforcement, undercover law enforcement in the streets that's murdering motherfuckers and shit like that. You know, that's different. But like on some legit shit though, it need to be a real serious felony for mechanics, because they've been eating for a long fucking time, yo. A long time. Nigga, mechanics make so much motherfucking money all around the way, nigga, shit, all around the clock. Cause you don't know nothing about your car when you know, all you know is your car is showing signs that it's fucked up and you want it to get looked at, you feel me? And here you are, a struggling person, whatever, you know, you don't make that much money, you got a normal 9 to 5, and you just want somebody to fix your car. And now they looking at you like, yeah, another opportunity. With that evil ass shit on their mind. They looking at fucking your car up worse so you can pay them to fix it. You know, and every time you bring it back, they're gonna find something else wrong with your car. So you gotta keep coming back so they never run out of business. You know what I'm saying? And so that shit it really needs something needs to be done about that. You know, you need to be able to take your car to any motherfucking mechanic in the United States. It don't fucking matter. Any mechanic. And you need to feel 100% safe and know that your car is finna get fixed for whatever the fuck you bringing it to, and ain't nobody finna try to fuck it up, bro, where you gotta keep bringing the shit back. Real, legit. That's why I'm telling you, they tried their best not to let me go go to school to be a mechanic when I was living in Fort Walton. I'm telling you. Let me would have got on, nigga. I would have, all these clientels would have been mine. Because I would have been the truth, bitch. I'm not scamming nobody. I don't need your money like that to scam you, you feel me? I'm gonna do real legit business. And they ain't trying to charge you an arm and leg, and they ain't trying to overcharge you, overprice you, or fuck your car up the way you gotta keep coming back. Nah, fuck that, man. I'm gonna fix your shit, be honest with you, bro, and let you go on about your business. You know what I'm saying? Until you need me again, you call me, you know who to call. And I'm gonna fix your shit up right and have your shit straight, you feel me? And I ain't gonna try to, get over